it is not always fun. That's the truth of the matter when it comes to convictions of your heart, where God has placed it on your heart to choose to live the straight and the narrow. Let's go ahead and go to scripture to lay foundation here, and this scripture is from Matthew 7:13 and 14. So, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. So within this particular scripture, this is giving us insight into the fact that when it comes to choosing to be obedient to the Most High, Yahshuah, Christ, it is going to require you to have restrictions. And in this world, there's a lot of things that you're going to be convicted to steer clear of. In fact, many times when it comes to living a life that is in accordance to what biblical scripture foretells us, the average person is not going to be able to ride those waves with you. Most people are going to be conformists. Most people are going to really make it seem like you're peculiar, you're weird, you're strange, because you're set apart. You can't do that which others are doing. And it is going to require you to be very determined in your spirit to be committed to the promises of God, all right? But the good thing about this, the silver lining in all of this, is that you're going to be receiving blessings and favor throughout the process. But at times, your faith is going to be tested. It's just a given. And so I'm sharing this with you at this time because some of you, you could be in an environment, you could be within a family dynamic where the pressure is mounting upon you. There's going to be people that are going to try to single you out. They're going to try to ostracize you because you want to live in an upright way. And it's not easy, but you'll be able to get through it. And I'm sharing this with some of you at this time because, when you are convicted in your heart to do the right things, this could have been just something intrinsically in you. Yeah, you may have been made aware of Christianity. You may have, been in churches and stuff, but beyond that, it's just a natural inclination that you have to choose to treat people in the way that you want to be treated. It's just a part of who you are. You're connected with your soul. You're aware of it. And so when you actually walk that walk, you're not just talking it. There are going to be people that are going to try to, for lack of a better term, the only thing I can think of is bully you. They will try to make you feel as if you're doing something wrong by trying to do right. And especially if you're coming up in this type of dynamic, I want to encourage you because many people don't have a sense of encouragement. Just from my own personal experience, it was not an easy process. When you have people around you telling you that you're not going to be who do you think you are? You think you're better than us? They're going to try to make you feel as if you choosing to do things in the right way is somehow reflecting negatively on them. But what is actually happening is that you're a reflection of their ability to choose to live in accordance with Scripture. This is your light shining. That Christ essence is shining from within you. And so even if you do not necessarily have people around you that are in alignment with the call on your heart, this is a part of your life purpose. This is a part of your favor and your blessing. And know that you're going to be able to get through this. Just because you may be in that environment, it doesn't mean that that is going to be something that is going to constantly play out in your life. Sometimes God allows certain people to be born into certain family systems in order for you to interrupt the trajectory of that bloodline. Many people may have been going along with negative programming and conditioning to the point where God may have sent your soul to that bloodline to show that, okay, this is a model example of how y'all should actually be behaving. But again, it's not, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's not an easy process. It's going to be For some of you, especially young girls, and I'm sure this can apply to males too, but it's going to be stressful, because if they're engaging in things that are of the world, they're going to try to pressure you to conform. But you have to stay consistent with knowing that by you choosing to do the right thing, you're going to ultimately get the blessing and the glory. And see, when you have favor by God to be resilient, that favor, people are going to see blessings happen to you, and they're going to feel somehow, they're going to feel slighted. They're going to feel somehow like, how is it that you are having favor? But this is a promise of God. This is why great things continue to happen for you when you remain 10 toes down, when you remain steadfast when it comes to the convictions of your heart, and continue to walk that straight and narrow. Another thing I want to share with you at this time is that when the enemy tries to come after the children of God, the enemy could see the posture of your heart. And what the enemy will do is try to make you bend at your will. The enemy will do horrible things towards you through people in order for you to be caught up in the spirit of offense. Okay? I share this with you because many of you could be facing this at this time. And I urge you to not allow the situations or the circumstances that happen in your life to cause you to be stagnant, or to cause you to feel as if you are taking on the blame of what somebody else tried to do to cause you to be a victim. All right? Proclaim that you're not a victim. Okay? You're going to be somebody that is going to not only overcome those situations, but you're going to not only rise above it, you're going to be able to live to tell that you are the physical embodiment of the Most High, Jesus Christ. Okay? And so this is just a process of having the convictions of your heart to remain in the straight and narrow. Okay? In fact, if you're able to do so, this is a testament to your strength. And I'll put it this way. The reason why I say it's definitely a testament to your strength, but this is also like mental, spiritual warfare that could be waged onto you. If you are, especially young girls, if you've grown up in an environment where a lot of people have succumbed to misogynoir, okay, they have succumbed to a level of internalizing oppression. Many of them, a way in which they've been able to survive is to just accept it, unfortunately. So when you're around people and they're committed to calling you out your name, and again, I'm speaking in regard to women, but again, I know this can resonate for men as well, but I'm speaking from my own personal experience. If you have people continuing to tell you that, you're gonna be a whore, this is word curses. This is, despite what people want to talk about, because, when it comes to, especially from a cultural standpoint, oftentimes we are deifying women within the matriarchs within these family systems, no matter how toxic they may be, no matter how much they are doing everything to tear up the fabric of the family, okay? Because we have this sense of still wanting to have family connections, we tolerate insufferable behaviors. And then when these people pass away, they go into some level of sainthood. So it's like nobody is actually getting resolution from these things. Instead, they're just passing them on. So I share this with you because although you may be called those things, when you have the insight that this is coming from a different place, this is really not about me, these people are projecting onto you. And when you realize that something's wrong, this represents that you could be that intergenerational curse breaker. You're the one in which that you're not going to fall under that mental programming to get you into alignment with everything else everybody has done. This is a weighty responsibility, but God has given it to you because you're going to break free and you're going to receive the promises of God.